Hey, it's Mike Danforth, executive producer of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. Here's a great way to get the perks of being an NPR producer without doing any of the work. Join NPR Plus. With NPR Plus, you get extended interviews, inside looks at your favorite shows, and more. All while supporting NPR and never having to pull an all-nighter. Or if you work on one of the news shows, an all-morninger. Sign up at plus.npr.org.
Hello and welcome to Car Talk from National Public Radio with us, Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers, and we're broadcasting this week from the I Rest My Case division here at Car Talk Plaza.
Yes, indeed.
You may remember a few weeks ago we reported on widespread dealer outrage in Denver over a series of TV ads being run by AutoNation. And AutoNation was making fun of the typical image of car dealers with a series of ads featuring fast-talking guys in what? Plaid suits. Dealers naturally complained.
Oh!
And there was even an article in Automotive News. Well, in a follow-up last week, Automotive News prints a large photo with a quote next to it. The quote says, "Any organization that does that isn't doing any dealer any good." And the caption goes on to say, that's Ron Boyer from Denver Ford dealer speaking about AutoNation's ads depicting dealers as plaid-jacketed hucksters.
Shame on him. Shame on him.
And next to it is a picture of Ford dealer Ron Boyer,
Yeah.
right next to his quote.
Yeah, and what's he wearing?
A plaid jacket. Oh, well.
Hey, you can't get them all right.
You figure he did that on purpose, or he's just...
I don't think he even knew. He doesn't even know that that's plaid.
Well, I thought afterwards that this is the way you know who the salespeople are in a dealership. You walk into a dealership, you may see all kinds of people wearing suits and ties and whatever. But you never see any of the customers wearing plaid jackets. It's just the salespeople.
If you see a guy wearing a little pinstripe blue suit, you know that you don't want to ask him what's the price.
No, because he's a customer just like you are. Exactly. Go for the guy with the plaid. If you'd like to call us, our number is 1-888-CAR-TALK. That, of course, for the alphabetically challenged is 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
My name is Londi.
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 It's like Blondie without the B.
You got it. That's exactly right.
I-E at the end?
Just I.
That's what I thought.
Londi.
Right.
Yeah.
Londi.
Londi.
Yeah.
And where are you from, Londi?
I live in Los Angeles.
Really?
I need something for this car of mine. It is driving me crazy.
Well,
What is it?
give us the gory details.
Okay, it's an 85 Toyota Corolla. And I've had it since it was brand new.
Oh, cool.
Okay, this has been going on for, I hate to say this, but I think like a couple of years.
Really?
Okay, so while I'm driving, like on the freeway coming to work, it just runs rough. It sounds like it's not running on all four cylinders.
Which
right?
freeway do you take to get to work?
I take the 405 North. That's the San Diego Freeway.
Yeah,
yes,
know it well.
we know it well.
Yes, you do.
Yes, we've been stuck in
Sure.
traffic there many a time.
Yeah, that's what happens.
We used to be in the movies, you know.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Have
What?
you ever seen Bride of Frankenstein? That was my brother.
You guys.
I was the bride. I was a cross-dresser in those days.
Yeah.
I'm no longer a cross-dresser.
That's funny.
Okay, so there you are on 405 North,
Uh-huh.
and all of a sudden it's starting to run rough.
Well, it runs rough the whole time. I mean.
Oh, the whole time?
Yeah, the whole time. It doesn't. It's not intermittent. It's consistent.
Yeah.
And so as soon as you start it up, it runs roughly.
Yeah.
And then does it ever clear itself up?
No. But this is the worst part. When I'm sitting at a red light,
Yeah.
it's an automatic with it in drive. When it's idling, it's just like surging and receding and and it's
shaking
all,
like crazy.
Yeah, it shakes and it's bubbling and
Got it.
yeah, exactly. And it seems to do this more the hotter the engine is. Like the longer I've been driving,
It gets worse.
it seems to be worse.
And so you've had people look at this thing.
Well, I had a tune-up at the Toyota dealership a couple of weeks ago, and they think it's the vacuum advance inside the distributor.
It's
that is
very
frozen.
easy to determine.
Is it?
Well, yeah, they could merely pinch the hose
Disconnect it.
that goes to the vacuum advance and see if it smooths out.
Okay, because I can do that.
If it's running as badly as you say it is, I
Yeah.
doubt that it's a little vacuum leak like that.
Really?
Nah, I doubt it. I'm going to give you two other things to look at.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's have it. I want it.
I'm going to suggest that you have a vacuum leak at the intake manifold,
Uh-huh.
where the manifold bolts to the cylinder head. And these cars have these problems.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And the other thing I was going to recommend, which is still a possibility, is something called the AAP diaphragm in the carburetor.
Okay, AAP diaphragm.
It has a hole in it.
Uh-huh.
And it's feeding extra gas into one cylinder and fouling the plug.
Uh-huh.
So you should ask them to pinch off the AAP hose and see if that improves it.
Okay,
And,
alrighty.
and only the Toyota dealer is going to know about this, in all likelihood.
Okay.
But I suspect that it's not that. Rather, it's the intake manifold gasket, and they can test that with a propane enrichment tool.
Propane enrichment tool.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a little device that hooks up to a propane tank of fuel, and you basically move around the area where you think the leak might be until you find the spot by having the propane sucked in at that spot,
And the engine will smooth out.
and the engine will run like a dream, and you'll say, "Ha-ha, that's the
Oh.
problem."
Man.
So that's what they need to do. And
Okay.
you'll be back in traffic in 2 days.
Oh, it would be heaven if it just would run smooth.
Blondie, the best of luck to you on 405 North and South.
Okay, guys, thanks much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
1-888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Tom from Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Mount Pleasant.
Hi, Tom. We got you, man.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I've got a 1994 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. I am the original owner. It has about 60,000 miles on it. It gets its oil changed all the time in a bath, whether it needs it or not.
Great.
It has never leaked oil, and it has never used oil until now. And what happens now is when you fire up the car first thing in the morning, it will run for about 30 seconds, at which time it will pump about 2 cups of oil out onto the ground. And then after a couple minutes, it will stop doing that, and it won't leak the rest of the day.
Pump it onto the ground where?
Like the ground, like
Yes.
under the car ground.
But under the engine?
Yes, under the engine in the vicinity of the oil filter.
You don't say.
I couldn't make this up.
Does this thing have an oil cooler?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's probably where it's coming from.
Well, but that's not where the oil cooler is. The oil cooler is mounted in the front of the car.
But doesn't it have an adapter that the filter screws to?
Yes, it does.
That's where it's leaking.
Well, why would it suddenly leak out of the adapter?
You want the answer and the reason too?
Yes.
I don't know, because whatever is holding it to the block is probably loose.
Would this be something that would be influenced by cold weather or the use of synthetic oil?
I don't know.
I can't think of any of those.
It seems like if the adapter had failed, that the thing would never stop leaking. Why does it only leak for a moment and then quit?
Yeah, isn't that a great question?
Well, I don't know the answer to any of those
you're
questions.
dying
but
to know
I
how
did
my brother's gonna get out of that
I
one.
did home right in on the oil cooler adapter,
you
didn't I?
You did.
And the only reason I went there,
Yeah.
even though I probably shouldn't have, I was unencumbered by the thought process,
It just happened.
is that every GM car I've ever seen that has one of these oil cooler adapters has
Leaks.
leaked there.
The one
Yeah, I think you're going to find that the bolts that hold this cooler onto the block are loose. I think it's held on, either that or the nipple that the filter screws onto holds it on. But something is loose, and it may be that once it's run for a few seconds and you've built up enough pressure that it seals itself.
Okay, well, this sounds like something then I can probably tackle myself.
I think so, and I hope I'm right, because I don't have another clue. But it's got to be that.
Okay, I'll check it out.
All right, Tom.
Thanks very much.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I mean, it couldn't be a seal, like a crankshaft seal, because it wouldn't care. It would leak all the time. Right?
I mean, I was impressed that you went right to it.
Right to it. Right to it.
And it didn't bother me that you didn't have any reason why. It didn't bother me.
Didn't need a reason.
Didn't have to have a reason.
No, when you know, you know.
If you know, you know, and that's it. You fix it. And, I mean, how many things can you know reasons for? I mean, there are so many things that simply cannot be known.
Here's something that I bet you don't know.
What?
Last week's puzzler.
Uh,
You know? No. It was a card trick.
you mean like 3-card Monty?
Well, kind of like 104 card Monty. I'll have the answer.
I think I remember it.
This message comes from Wise, the app for using money around the globe. When you manage your money with Wise, you'll always get the mid-market exchange rate with no hidden fees. Join millions of customers and visit wise.com. T's and C's apply.
On the Throughline podcast from NPR, immigration enforcement might be more visible now, but this moment didn't begin with President Trump's second inauguration, or even his first. A series from Throughline about how immigration became political and a cash cow. Listen to Throughline in the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.
There is so much happening in politics in any given week. You might need help putting it all in perspective. As your week draws to a close, join the NPR Politics podcast team for our weekly roundup. Here, our best political reporters zoom into the biggest stories of the week. Not just what they mean, but what they mean for you, all in under 30 minutes. Listen to the weekly roundup every Friday on the NPR Politics podcast.
On the next Throughline from NPR.
People have real ethical and moral quandaries about this. People are uncomfortable from the very beginning.
The business of migrant detention.
Listen in the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, we're back listening to Car Talk with us, Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers, and we're here to talk about cars, car repair, and the answer to last week's puzzler. Now, here it is. I'm sure you'll remember it in a minute.
I remember it already.
You do?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's say you have 2 decks of playing cards, 52 cards each, regular cards.
Yeah.
And you put both decks together and shuffle them up.
Got it.
So you've got 104 cards all shuffled together. Then you split them back into 2 equal piles. So you haven't looked at them now. You're in the traditional manner. Mm-hmm. You've just counted them out. So you have a pile of 52 on one side. We'll call that pile A. And a pile of 52 cards on the other side. And they're all mixed up.
Pile 2.
Pile 2. Here's the question. What are the chances that the number of red cards in pile A equals the number of black cards in pile B? And question 2, or B, how many cards do you have to look at to be sure of your answer?
Yeah.
Well,
I happen to know the answer.
imagine. Go ahead.
The chances are 1.
Yeah, well, 100%.
100%.
Imagine if you, let's say by some luck, you shuffled up all these cards and all the red cards wound up in one pile. We'll call that pile A. Mm-hmm. And for simplicity's sake, we'll call the other pile B. And all the black cards wound up in that. Then you would say, well, certainly the number of red cards in deck A or pile A equals the number of black cards in pile B.
Yes.
Now, I ask you to construct a scenario where it wouldn't be the case. Always.
How about 1 and 51?
Exactly. Take a card out of pile A and donate it to pile B. But
Right.
when you do that, you must reciprocate.
Right.
You must take a black card from pile B and donate it to pile A,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore you have 51 and 1 and 51 and 1. And no matter how you do this, if you wind up with 52 cards in each pile, this is like, remember the puzzle years ago where you had a thing of water and a thing of wine? You took a teaspoon of wine and put it in the...
Oh, that one.
Same thing.
And part B of the question, how many cards do you have to look at to verify your answer?
None.
None.
Not a 1.
Isn't that a great...
Well, you think it's great because you got the answer. If you hadn't got the answer, you'd be all over this thing.
For one thing, the answer was a given. Because when you said, what are the chances?
I gave it away, you mean?
You gave it away. I mean, what are the chances? Are you expecting someone to say 12 out of 49?
Yeah.
Or 0.2375?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone who would have thought that was the answer would have given up. And the only ones who would have not given up would be the ones who said the answer either has to be 0 or 1.
Okay, that's true. Anyway, who's our winner this week?
Our winner this week is Dominic Matrunga. Matranga. He's from Mobile, Alabama, and for having his correct answer chosen from among the thousands of correct answers we got, Dominic is going to win a $25 gift certificate to the Car Talk Shameless Commerce Division, with which he can pick up our new puzzler book, A Haircut in Horsetown, and have almost enough left over to get a Best of Car Talk cassette.
So you mean Dominic's going to have to fork over some of his own money?
It's always the way. He will not have quite enough money to get a second item, so he either has to forfeit the $5.
Right.
Do we give him the $5? What if he buys one?
No, we give him nothing.
It's a gift certificate. We can't give him back the $5.
No, because he didn't.
So if he wants to use the $5, he's going to spend another $5.
Oh, plus the shipping and handling.
Oh, the shipping and handling where we make out like
delivery.
A bandit.
We croak him on that.
I love it.
Anyway, we'll have another puzzler coming up in the third half of today's show. And I hesitate to say new, but it's new to the vast majority of our listeners because I think I used it about 18 years ago.
Huh.
In the meantime, we'll take your calls at 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I'm calling from Middletown, Connecticut.
Hi, Stephanie.
Middletown. That's like the middle of Connecticut, isn't it?
Yes, pretty much it is.
Is anything in Middletown that we should know about?
Wesleyan University.
Heard of it.
And me.
And you. More importantly.
Stephanie.
That's correct.
Yeah. So what's up?
I have a 91 Nissan Sentra, and it was making some strange noises, some clicking and clacking noises.
Ah.
So I took it to my mechanic, and because I thought it was my CV joints. And he looked at it, and he said that it's my drive shaft is bad. But he said that not to worry about it. I could drive this car for another 3 to 9 months, and it would not break on me.
Well, your drive shaft is the CV joints.
Yeah, you were right.
Okay.
It is the CV
See,
joints.
I'm a good guesser.
You certainly are. No, we call it diagnostician.
Yes, we don't use the word guessing
We
anymore.
don't use guess.
It's an FCC regulation. You're not allowed to use that term.
Well, he told me that it was safe to drive, and he told me that if it did break, that the car would shimmy a little, I would not be able to steer, and that I would coast to the side of the road. And I said, even if I'm going 85? And he said, yes.
Well, you would be able to steer.
Okay.
You would be able.
You wouldn't be able to go if it broke.
Okay.
But before it broke, it would give you lots of clues that it was going to break. Because the noises would get a lot more serious than they are now.
Okay.
At this point, do you only hear the noise if you're making a turn?
Yes.
No, when you get the noise going straight ahead.
Then I'm in trouble?
Then fix it.
On the other hand.
Why wait?
Why wait exactly?
So I should fix this.
Well, are you planning to dump the car?
Well, I'm thinking of buying a new Jetta, actually.
Well, when you go to trade this one in,
Yes.
they're going to discount the trade-in value.
Okay.
Because they're going to have to replace the axle.
Okay.
If you try to sell it outright, you'll never sell it with this noise. The person who's interested in it is going to discount the price.
Uh-huh.
So you might as well fix it. You won't have to listen to the damn noise.
Well, how much do you think it should cost me to fix it?
It's $300 or so. I don't know.
Okay.
Replace the whole axle.
Okay.
See ya, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Catherine. I'm from Loveland, Colorado.
Hi, Catherine. How are you?
Catherine with a C.
No, with a K.
I knew it.
Really?
Yeah.
Loveland?
Loveland, Colorado.
Loveland, Colorado.
So what's cooking, Catherine?
Okay, so I have a 1987 Mazda pickup, B2000.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I just drove from Colorado to Washington State, and I had to make time. So I was going really fast, and I wasn't stopping only for gas. That's all I stopped for. And when I would stop for gas, my car would start smoking and burning oil.
What do you mean burning oil?
Well, it smelled like oil. And when I would lift up my hood, it was smoking on the engine block.
You know why?
Gotcha.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because you have an oil leak.
You know, I figured that.
Yeah.
Well, I can't figure out where it's coming from. So I took it to two mechanics and a friend of mine who's a mechanic. And they replaced the valve cover gasket.
Good.
And that didn't do anything. And it only happens when I drive fast for a long period of time. When I just drive around town, it's not a problem. at all.
Huh.
Yeah.
And no one's been able to find any oil on the engine?
Oh, no, on the engine they can see where the oil is at. It's on when you're looking at your engine on the right-hand side, kind of on the bottom is where the smoke comes from. Where my little dipstick thing is.
Yeah.
Right, and
that's where it would be.
And that's in the vicinity of the exhaust system. Mm-hmm. And this oil is getting onto the exhaust system and causing the smoke.
Right.
Are you consuming a lot of oil?
No, not really. I mean, I put 1 quart of oil in on my way from Colorado to Washington and back again.
So why were you rushing up to Washington? Did you have to get Windows 98 installed or something? What were you doing up there?
I have friends who live up there.
Oh.
And I went on vacation, so.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
And you were the late arrival.
Right, exactly.
Very late.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the usual technique for finding the oil leak is you find it anywhere. It's usually down at the bottom and back toward the back of the car. Because things fall down due to this thing we have as gravity.
And they get blown back.
So if you find it somewhere, if you go up and forward, you should find where it's actually coming from.
Doesn't that sound so good and so intuitive and so obvious that every oil leak should be findable?
But it isn't.
Sounds very simple.
But it never works that way.
No.
Yeah, I mean, what they might have to do is steam clean the engine. Get rid of all the oil that's every place, and then they might be able to find it.
I have a suspicion that the head gasket is leaking oil.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So when you drive at sustained high speed, you spit out just enough. It doesn't take much oil spilled on the hot exhaust system to make a lot of smell and a lot of smoke.
Okay.
Now, what you can do is you can find a shop that has a leak detector kit. There's a dye that you can add to your oil, okay, that will be visible under a black light. So they can put this dye in there.
Can they have a party, too, and invite all your friends?
Yeah, put on some Grateful Dead tunes. Yeah, I think you should play, like, Truckin'.
That sounds like fun.
And then they can find the leak that way, and I bet you they're going to find it's the head gasket is seeping, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. Eventually, it will get worse. But you won't own the truck then.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've met so many great people, because every time I pull into a gas station, somebody always comes over to tell me that my car's on fire. And then we wind up having a conversation about it.
Exactly. You make a new friend.
It's kind of a great way to meet people.
Leave it alone. You never know. You might meet the man of your dreams.
It's like having a puppy.
Who knows?
It's better than having a puppy. You don't have to walk it. See you, Catherine.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Bye.
All right, it's time to take a short break.
And when we get back, my brother is going to dazzle you with a puzzler that is going to knock your socks.
Don't you think you're raising expectations a little bit higher than they ought to be raised?
I love watching you fall right in your face. We're going to be back in a minute.
Well, my double chins will protect me.
America's global role is shifting fast. On Sources and Methods, we explain how and why. I'm Mary Louise Kelly. I've talked to spies. I've reported from war zones. I've interviewed ambassadors, generals, presidents. Want to understand what is happening around the world and how it affects us? Join me and my fellow reporters as we break it down for you. Listen to Sources and Methods on the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.
On NPR's TED Radio Hour, investigative journalist Hilke Schellman digs into how companies are using AI for hiring and what it means for your job search.
We are at a tipping point. We have AI tools generating your resumes. We have avatars interviewing other avatars for jobs. It's AI versus AI.
Listen on the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at Life Kit, we take advice seriously. We bring you evidence-based recommendations. And to do that, we talk with researchers and experts on all sorts of topics. Because we have the same questions you do. Like, what's really in my shampoo? Or should I let my kid quit soccer? Or what should I do with my savings in uncertain economic times? You can listen to NPR's Life Kit in the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.
In the U.S., national security news can feel far away from daily life. Distant wars, murky conflicts, diplomacy behind closed doors. On our new show, Sources and Methods, NPR reporters on the ground bring you stories of real people, helping you understand why distant events matter here at home. Listen to Sources and Methods on the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're back. You're listening to Car Talk with us, Click and Clack, the Tappert brothers, and we're here to discuss cars, car repair, and the new/old puzzler.
And we are ready to be dazzled.
Oh, really?
Yes, we are.
Why?
Because I promised that.
I don't have dazzle.
I promised it.
Well, I have received some complaints of late that there haven't been very many automotive puzzlers, and I was reminded of this puzzle when a car that had the same problem came into the shop a few weeks ago.
No kidding.
Oh, here it is. A guy came in with his Volvo on the back of the tow truck, and he said, I'm in trouble. I need your help. He said, my clutch cable is broken. And I said, no problem. We can fix it. And he says, that's not all. The clutch cable is broken 5 times in the last 5 months.
Oh.
And I said, oh, bummer. And I said, well, what happened? He said, I don't know. He said, I had a new clutch put in like 6 months ago. And when they put the new clutch in, they put a new clutch cable in. And I said, who did this? He said, some guys who have escaped to a different continent. He said, but within that period of time, the clutch cable breaks. So he puts a new clutch cable in, figuring that the one they put in was defective. And lo and behold, a month later, that clutch cable breaks. Another month goes by, another clutch cable breaks. And he says, by this time, I was at my wit's end, so I took it to another shop, figuring the clutch had to be defective, right?
Ooh.
Right?
He didn't do that. He didn't put a new clutch in.
He did.
He put a new clutch?
So these other guys put a new clutch in and what?
Another
new cable. And a month later, bingo.
No.
The cable breaks. So he tells me this whole story.
Wow.
And, I did all the preliminary stuff first before I got all these facts.
You got
I got his financial statement. I asked him if he had much exposure in Latin American equities. The whole bit. Once I found out that he was on firm financial ground, we put a new clutch in his car. No, I asked him. I said, that's interesting. I said, under what circumstances does it break? And he said, I start the car. I go to drive it away. I step on the clutch. Or I go to shift it in gear. I get to the corner, for example. I shift into neutral. I go to start when the light turns green. I step in the clutch, and the cable breaks. And I said, well, does the car start now? He said, well, I didn't bother to start it because I couldn't drive it. And I said to him, I bet it won't start. He said, well, of course it should start. Because it's just the clutch that's broken. And we go out to the yard, and we turn the key, and nada.
Absolutely nothing. Not even a click, right?
Zilcho. And he says, what does that have to do with my breaking clutch cables? And I say,
everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, if you think you know the answer, write it on the back of a $20 bill and send it to Puzzler Tower, Car Talk Plaza, Box 3500, Harvard Square, Cambridge.
Our fair city.
Matt 02238. Or you can email your answer to us from the Car Talk section of what?
Cars.com.
If you'd like to call us, our number is 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
This is Jill from Brighton.
Brighton, Massachusetts?
That's right.
How cool that is.
Yes, it is.
We're ready, Jill. Go ahead.
Okay. I have an 87 Isuzu Trooper. It starts out, it only happens when it's very cold, and it's when it's been sitting in the cold. And I take off out of the driveway, and usually within about 2 minutes, there's a loud whirring in one of the front wheels. And that very quickly shifts to the diagonal rear wheel. Then there's a series of loud bangs.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And for, I don't know, about 30 seconds, it feels like I'm riding on square wheels. And then the last bang suddenly will just stop all the problem, and everything's fine. Yeah, I know. I knew you'd like this one.
Give us a break, will you?
I know it. I know everybody who hears it says, you're lying. This can't be happening.
You pull out of your driveway.
Yeah.
And within 2 minutes, you hear this loud sound from the left front wheel.
Well, sometimes it's the right.
Okay, but a whirring sound.
A whirring. Higher pitched?
Yeah, just...
No,
more like...
Okay, got it. Okay, so we got number one noise.
Okay.
Whir.
Yeah,
so that lasts
whirs.
for a minute or so.
And it's very loud. It sounds metallic.
Sounds metallic, and all of a sudden...
It switches to the opposite
Diagonally opposite rear wheel.
Exactly. And then there's a series of very loud bangs.
And then boom, 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 boom.
Yes, it's very metallic, and then there's a series of booms.
One of your neighbors is taking shots at you.
You know, I can't imagine what this is, but there are people who can vouch for me. There are a couple of people who have heard it.
Votes for your sanity?
Yes, exactly.
Has a trained professional heard this noise?
He says he has.
He says he has.
He fixed it, supposedly. Seemed like he fixed it, but it came back.
Did he fix it by taking apart the front hubs, the locking hubs on the four-wheel drive?
Yeah, that was one thought. Or the calipers.
The calipers.
Yeah, that he replaced the calipers.
Ah.
And that fixed it for a while?
Well, it seemed like it, but, it doesn't happen all the time.
So you don't know. It may have done nothing.
Yeah, it may have done nothing.
Jeez, I mean, I think you have two different things going on. I think the whirring noise is coming from your locking four-wheel drive hubs in the front.
I like it.
And there may be no remedy for that. A lot of four-wheel drive vehicles do this.
Uh-huh.
We've seen it on Troopers. We've seen it on Toyota Land Cruisers and what's those other things? 4Runners.
Right.
Quite a bit. The other noise, I think, is a stuck emergency brake. So that as you begin to drive away, the brake is sticking and it's causing the wheel to lock, release, grab, release, and that would account for the boom, 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 boom coming from the back.
Right.
I would ignore the first noise, but I would certainly have the second noise looked at.
Okay, I will.
The handbrake.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest that
Okay.
next time I bother somebody with this problem.
Yeah.
Good luck, Jill.
Thanks so much.
See ya. Bye-bye. 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Okay, I'm in San Diego.
Who are you?
Well, they call me Crash Corwin.
Crash Corwin.
Yes.
Crash. Now, I wonder why.
Oh, I don't know if you want to hear the story.
Oh, you kidding?
Of course we do.
Every detail.
Oh, God. Well, make a long story short, I was in the Navy, and I fell off one of those great big ships.
You did?
Yeah, well, it wasn't so bad because I didn't land in the water. I landed on a pier.
Oh, that's better?
Well, it would have been worse, but the guy that I landed on that was on the pier softened the blow.
How high up were you when you fell off?
It was one of those rope ladders in Subic Bay, Philippines. It was kind of drizzling, raining, and it was about 20 guys on the length of this whole ladder.
Yeah.
And I was being real show-off because a couple of hundred guys down below watching, a couple of hundred guys up above, waiting to get off because we didn't have a gangplank, and I started going over the guys, showing off. Something happens to me when everybody looks at me. I got to do something smart. And so it was working. It was working fine. And I was going over these guys, straightening out my elbows, kind of going around them. And then, well, I stepped on this guy's fingers, and then the whole line started kind of slowly twisting and kind of doing waves. And, well, I just clawed my way down these guys' backs and landed on this guy's shoulders just as he was walking away.
Oh, great. And, of course, a fight broke out.
That's good, Crash.
Yeah, I need to be proud of that.
So has your life been one constant calamity after another?
No, it's been pretty good, but the name has been good to carry me through the little music I play around town and stuff, and the dance instructions. So
Yeah, it's good.
So what are you calling us for? Just
pretty much eliminates the possibility of you being like a driving instructor.
Yeah.
I got fired from that job a long time ago.
Yeah, he's our chief instructor, Crash Coleman.
Yeah, business didn't go well. I had to quit.
So what's going on?
Well, I have this Mazda 626
Uh-huh.
GT.
How old is it?
It's an 86.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I get sick when we drive this car. We really do.
Really?
It sways from left to right. It's just nauseating.
Maybe you're making each other sick.
That's a little bit of that, too. Oh,
So is this a slow sway?
It's a yaw, right? In other words, the car.
It's like being at sea again, back in the Navy. And some ships have a list. They kind of. It's like being in an elevator. It kind of goes up, but then at the peak it goes to the left and goes to the right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the power steering is oversensitive. I turn it just a little bit, and then that's where it starts.
Yeah.
And I put new shocks on the car. That helped a lot. And I put new bushings on the tie rods or something to kind of help it from sway bar, whatever.
Sway bar bushings.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Didn't mean to hit you to the punchline here, but
No, that's okay. I have many tricks up my sleeve.
So this means, since someone has actually looked at these and replaced them, I suspect that means that same someone has looked at the entire front end and knows that you don't have idler arms that are falling off.
You don't have an idler arm.
Ball joints that are falling off.
Ball joints you have.
Tie rod ends that are falling off. You don't have any of that stuff.
Well, when I got the shocks done, I said, see anything else? He said, well, he said he didn't really look. So that's when I came back and I brought him my own bushings, because I just read about
so that was a self-diagnostic procedure.
So he didn't look at the other stuff.
I didn't know if there was. What else could there be, and I guess he didn't.
Well, I have to ask you one question. When it does drift to the left, and you correct to the right, does it seem like it overcorrects very easily?
Yes. Now, it's minimal. It's not as bad as it used to be, but that's the tendency.
What I think is wrong with this is something that they may easily have overlooked or done wrong.
Oh, great.
And I think that your alignment is off, especially what's called the caster.
Caster.
Yeah, the caster component of the alignment is what keeps the car going, among other things.
In a straight line.
And it also makes it correct to straight after you've made a turn. For example, if you know how casters on a T-cart, the wheel will always follow behind when you turn, no matter what. It goes in the direction you push it. Well, that's what that caster part of the alignment does. It makes sure that the car follows, so that when you make a turn, for example, and you let go of the wheel straighten out.
I see.
And if the caster is way off, it's very difficult to drive the car at high speed because it goes kind of where it wants to go. And if you had, for example, overinflated tires, the car would be almost impossible to drive. So I'm willing to bet that whoever did your struts did not then go ahead and align the thing.
Oh, alignment? No, he did say he aligned it. He threw that in for free.
I think he aligned it wrong.
Okay.
Or it's either that or it's your girlfriend.
Oh, it's my girlfriend's fault. Can I tell her she's it was her fault?
Yeah, tell her Ray said that.
Well, I just want this to stop.
Well, good luck, and make sure you double-check the tire inflation, too, because that could do it as well.
All right, thanks for
Good luck, Crash. You may be living up to your name if you keep driving it like this.
Okay. Watch out if you're in San Diego.
Don't worry, we will.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for the warning.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, it's happened again. You've squandered another perfectly good hour. That seemed like about 3, didn't it? Listening to Car Talk.
Painful.
Our esteemed producer is Doug, the Subway fugitive, not a slave to fashion vermin. Our associate producer is Ken, the Diaper Slayer Rogers. Our assistant producer is Catherine. I'm having a bad leather day, Ray. Ooh, that's a low blow, isn't it?
Hey, nothing that a new pair of shoes wouldn't
fix. Indeed. Our engineer is Dennis Demenis Foley, and our technical, spiritual, and menu advisor is Mr. John Bugsy, Grandpa times 4. Lawler.
Oh, the 4th came? Hey, yippee!
Oh, my.
Another boy.
Our customer care representative is Haywood Jabuzoff. Our mortgage loan consultant is Nora Lenderby. Our staff chiropractor is Winston Payne. Our chief negotiator is Bernadette Bridge. And our staff efficiency consultants are Payne and Diaz. Our staff dietitian is Norma Lee Chowan. Our French child care coordinator is Gerard Diaperdew. And our chief counsel from the law firm of Dewey Chipman Howard, Louis Dewey, known to the Olympic Committee as Huey Louie Dewey. Thanks so much for listening. We're Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers. Don't drive like my brother.
Don't drive like my brother.
We'll be back next week. Bye-bye.
And now, here is Car Talk Plaza's chief thespian, Mr. Vincent Q. Bumbats.
Hey, what you call me?
Thespian. That's like an actor, you know?
Oh, yeah, all right. Anyways, to buy a tape of this week's show, or not to buy a tape of this week's show? That is the question. Now, assume the answer is yes, and it better be yes. You can order show number 10 by calling 1-888-CAR-JUNK.
Very nicely portrayed, Vincent.
Did I mention a haircut in Horstown, our new puzzler book, by any other name would smell as sweet? Why you're smelling a book, I don't know, but you can do that by calling 1-888-CAR-JUNK.
Vinny, that was a tour de force.
Hey, force this, buddy. Car Talk is a production of Dewey, Cheatham & Howe and WBUR in Boston.
And even though members of the UN General Assembly slam down their headsets when they hear us say it, this is NPR, National Public Radio.
Shortwave thinks of science as an invisible force, showing up in your everyday life. Powering the food you eat, the medicine you use, the tech in your pocket. Science is approachable because it's already part of your life. Come explore these connections on the Shortwave Podcast from NPR.
Every year in the U.S., about 1,000 people die in jail, many of them awaiting trial.
This isn't a problem that someone else has to deal with. We all are at risk for dying in jails.
In a special series, we'll look at why people are dying in jail and how to prevent it from happening on Here and Now Anytime, a podcast from NPR and WBUR.
A lot of short daily news podcasts focus on just one story. But right now, you probably need more. On Up First from NPR, we bring you 3 of the world's top headlines every day in under 15 minutes. Because no one story can capture all that's happening in this big, crazy world of ours on any given morning. Listen now to the Up First podcast from NPR.